ready. So welcome to India's first love conference with Ishq 104.8, your favorite radio station, which plays 24 hours non-stop love songs. By the way, we're also going live right now across social media platforms. So hello to my friends across that screen. And don't you worry, you are not going to be missing out on anything because you can comment below and tell us your questions that we can include in the panel discussions today. Now that we are going to begin the conference of Ishq 104.8.
Ishq. Dil lagana.
She hosts Heart to Heart every night, 9 to 12.
Hey guys, make some noise.
Yeah, what's up with that? Can I now have Naisha, who does experiments in our love lab every morning, 11 to 2. I now have Meha with me, who takes you on an Ishq drive every evening, 6 to 9 p.m. Meha! Woo! Look at that go! Woo! Now I have Kabir, who plays your favorite playlist on his Ishq jukebox every 2 to 5 p.m. What a stunner, right? Right here. Right here. Can I now have Kathy, who's come all the way from Delhi, and she hosts Ishq in the city in Delhi, 11 to 2. A big round of applause for Radiant Red. But we like the hugs here. This is how Bombay does it. All right, guys. Now these are the people. Also, actually I forgot. This is also not. Yeah. Hi, this is Gunjan. I host Midnight Crush every night, 12 to 2. And I also host Ishq Top 20 every Sunday. Thank you so much. And now that we know that we talk about Ishq, love stories, breakups so much, so before we begin this conference, I want to know from you people in one line, what does love or Ishq means to you? Let's start with Meera.
I really feel like saying, love is Mother Teresa, and then somebody give me the crown. Okay, but love, I think, is that tingling feeling, that excitement when you're unboxing an iPhone for the first time. And with that, I lose my Android listeners. But hey, coming back, you know, so yeah, layer by layer as it comes off, all that excitement. Pun intended.
Ooh, we like that, don't we? Big round of applause, guys. Yes, that's how I like it. Who do we have next? Naisha.
Okay, so love is the only reason why poets and philosophers even have a job. Varna sare berozgar ho jate, they would have nothing to write about. Like, imagine the content they would have.
Valid point right there.
God, my answer is going to be really boring now. Pyar, love is dosti.
Don't say dosti, please.
Because Karan Johar ne sikhaya, and you know.
Mrs. Braganza.
All right. Okay, so am I looking the part also? Like, come on, guys. Okay, so this is going to be a little gyani. Pyar to me is, it begins at self-love. If you love yourself enough, I think that's where the love begins, really.
Oh, the crown belongs here.
Fine. Passing it
And Miss
along.
India is Meha. Round of applause दे दो यार. इतना अच्छा जवाब दिया उसने.
Oh, is it my turn?
Go on.
So are you saving your answer for the end?
No, I can
Yeah,
go
अच्छा,
on
मैं
right
इसका
away.
best answer दूंगा.
No, ladies first. I'm just being chivalrous.
Well, love for me is, I think, the first 6 months of a relationship. After that, you realize that it wasn't love. After all.
I like that. I like that. But if you ask me, I think love would be, I think, the best excuse for a second night stand. If you know what I mean, right? I love you already. Come along.
I got more claps, Kabir.
That's fine. Okay, prove her wrong. Clap right now. Thank you. You've been lovely and have a nice evening.
Thank you so much, guys. What awesome answers to start our wonderful evening. Thank you so much again.
Thank you. Thank you. Good luck to you too.
There. He just got carried away.
Sorry. मेरे को उसके पास जाना था.
All right, guys, there's a mic in your hand. You're forgetting. All right, coming back here. So we are at India's first love conference. Now, it sounds, but it is. Because we mean business. This conference is no lesser than any business or political conference. Because now the dating industry, and yes, it's an industry because now the rules have changed. It is fast changing. We could tell each other on the face that we like you. But now, we swipe right on dating apps. And that's how quickly love has changed for us. So, how do we keep up? Joining us today on the stage will be a panel of renowned guests who will help us understand how to do the ishq in 2018, baby. So, welcome India's first love conference, here where I have the best platform to launch Calling Karan Season 2, which is bolder than before. Let me introduce you to the guests for this love conference. Are you ready for that? Are you excited for who's coming? All right, let's start with the first one. The first panelist is a woman who lives her life online with her heart and soul. The one and only Malini Agarwal, founder of Miss Malini Entertainment and a social media ninja herself. Malini knows the pulse of today's Indian youth and is here to talk about how and what love means today on digital world. Please welcome Malini Agarwal. You look beautiful. Thank you. All right, the second guest today, our next panelist is unfiltered. She's spontaneous and she is dynamic. Recently, she got married and that was a national surprise. It was so much a surprise that when she put up her Instagram post saying that, hey, I'm married, she got 600 text messages on her phone saying what the F and not congratulations. Please welcome Neha Dhupia.
Mandatory hug.
All right, are we ready for our next guest? Yes. That's how I like it. He's a hardcore, actually he's not hardcore. It's actually no secret that this man breathes romance. You know, he has the ability to make you fall in love over and over again. He is the rock star who clearly understands love from the times of Laila Majnu to the love Aajkal. Please welcome Imtiaz Ali.
Mandatory hug like we haven't.
Hi.
The next guest today. He is, in the real sense, a roadie who likes to be unconventional. But his love story is rather a classic one. Now, did you guys know about that? He met his wife at a friend's party. Flames ignited between these two sober party lovers and then began their love saga. Welcome, Ranvijay. Hello. See you. Can we move on to the last guest now? All right, so this man definitely needs no introduction, but I'll give you some hints, though I don't need to. But let me start by saying that he's a director, he's an actor, he's a producer, he's fashion police, he's the best spouter, and recently he also became a fortune cookie writer. He is industry's 3 AM friend, जिसके पास आकर होता है हर problem का the end. Please welcome India's most loved radio host, the winner of Indian Radio Forum Awards 2018, Karan, Johar.
ये दिल है crazy और कुछ होता है ये दिल है मुश्किल जब गिरता है right swipe कर ले तू baby कल हो ना हो कभी खुशी कभी गम है जब ये
Okay, so you guys look lovely sitting right here, but excuse me for making you stand up again so that we can have a quick photo op for the media here. Oops.
Yeah, come.
Can we come a little closer? Fantastic.
Yes, sir.
Like 500 of the same.
Yeah.
should do a calling thing. We should be like calling.
Oh, yeah, calling?
We should be like,
Okay.
yeah?
We're calling you. Who you
Okay, I don't know.
You don't know. You can't do it. You can't do it. We're calling you.
I don't know. Come on.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Guys, we'll have more opportunity. Fantastic. He will. Yes, yes. Okay. All right. All right. Fantastic. Let's do that.
Solo jao, kar lo. Man, go forward.
Wow.
How I would have felt otherwise.
You want your shoes.
Those are great shoes.
Joote khincho.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. Time to now begin the love conference. And can I please have Malini Agarwal to take over the session?
Thank
I'll
you
be
so
off.
much. Thank you. You've been wonderful. I can't believe we're here on stage hosting a love conference. And I love it because they're two of my favorite things, radio and love. So I'm really excited to be here to talk to all of you. And hopefully you're going to tell me a few secrets, as Karan has probably got some out of you in the past as well. So this is season 2 coming up of Calling Karan, which is very exciting because I think you've pretty much now covered the gamut of things to do in life, right? Now this is like, radio is like the next level and it's the theater of the mind really. So tell us a little bit about what made you do it.
What made me do radio? I just feel like I should do everything. And I think I'm pretty available at most given points of time. Being accessible and affable is part of my personality. And I just felt like radio would have a tremendous reach. And I do it for free anyway, giving people love advice. When you're single for that long in your life, you tend to kind of meet troubled couples all the time. Husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, boyfriends and boyfriends, girlfriends and girlfriends. And I think that I invariably land up giving copious amounts of advice. So I thought, why not get paid for it?
I love that. Can we give him a round of applause for that? Now, it's one thing to make movies about love, right? And it's another thing to experience love. But giving someone advice is a great responsibility.
It is.
Right?
And in fact, we have a disclaimer right at the beginning that I'm not a professionally trained individual like a therapist or a psychiatrist or somebody. So my advice should be taken at just at that level, knowing that I may be just giving you advice on a personal level and I'm not authorized to give you that advice. Having said that, when I give the advice, I don't pretend like I'm not authorized because I give very, very sincere advice and I've broken a few relationships.
Oh no, really? But it was meant to be. But do you ever give advice that came from your movies? Like there was a moment and do you ever reference them and say, is movie mein jaisa hua tha?
No. What we show in the movies is ridiculous. Are you mad? You can't possibly ruin people's life by giving those kind of situations. Those are meant for like PVR. But not for people like when you give legit advice, you have to kind of really get into the center of the situation and then, be very, and I take it very seriously. I take every call very seriously. I really get into it.
That's really important. And now we have a love conference, and today's love conference is an opportunity for everyone to actually get to know the people on the stage and really delve deep into their hearts. So Neha, I want to know, what is the worst piece of advice, of love advice that you were ever given? From Karan or otherwise?
From Karan.
Or in general?
No, Karan, I have to say that I remember calling Karan in season 1 and asking him this question that, Karan, I have audio. Check, audio.
You gotta just pull it up. No, it's fine now, I think.
Can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me? Okay, great. So I remember calling him in season 1 and asking him that my question was that should I go with a hot guy or should I go with the intelligent guy? And Karan was like, what a stupid question, go with a hot guy.
Yeah, what are you going to...
And then what happened?
Listen, it's intelligent to go with the hot guy.
Okay. And soon after that, I think the only audio.
Very rarely Neha's not heard. Hand mic दे दो इसको भैया.
No.
तो पहले ही कहा था handle.
Now can you hear me? Oh yeah. Sorry.
Now Juhu can hear you.
And then when I was about to get married, the only person I think who knew apart from my parents was Karan. And I still remember I was like lying in his bedroom like that, like a lash, and I was like, Karan, what should I do? And he was like, just get married. What's the big deal? And I was like, can you simplify this for me? And he said the most beautiful thing. I know, he comes with this humor and all of that, but deep down, he's a hardcore romantic. As much as he doesn't like to admit it, he is. He likes the idea of it. And he said that, just treat this like the intermission of your life, like a movie is. And more often than not, the second half is usually better. And that was the best advice he's given me till date, or anybody has given me on love.
I believe, like you said, that you asked him whether you should go for someone who's intelligent or good looking. Now, recently, you got married. And I think Angad asked you, now, who am I, considering you gave her this advice? So, what did you say?
You're going to be talking about my husband.
Well, I'll just say Angad is good looking. I mean, it wasn't an either or, but he is good looking.
He is good looking. And there's a ... The rest of it you can hear on the next.
He married Neha. I mean, do you think I should think he's intelligent?
I thought he's going to say that he doesn't have to worry about anything because the intelligence department is taken care of by me.
Exactly,
But
that's what I meant.
I didn't know that it was going to be such a big
Because
insult.
isn't marriage all about balancing things? So you bring in the intelligence, he brings in the good looks.
No, that's fine. I mean, we'll give both to him.
I love that. Okay, now this is your opportunity, before we get further, deeper into the love conference, to ask Karan for a piece of love advice.
From me?
Yes.
Imtiaz is a master of love. I mean, he's somebody who can give advice.
If you were to ask Karan something.
There are so many things.
There are so many things I'd like to ask Karan about love. And some of them are so filmy and mushy that I'd rather just like at the middle
Go
of the
for
night
it. You
send
know
me.
this audience will love it.
What's the relationship? Karan, this is like a D&M, okay? What's the relationship between self-love and love for someone else?
Oh, what's the relationship between self-love and love for someone else?
Do you have to be in love with yourself or not in love with yourself to be a better lover? Let's put it that way.
Oh, that is deep, Imtiaz. I think that, to put it simply, I can only talk about myself, is that I'm not somebody who's full of self-love. In fact, I have a lot of self-doubt. I have a lot of apprehensions about myself. In fact, I have low self-esteem issues when it comes to me in a relationship. That's why I think I tend to give much more to a relationship and invariably land up in a one-sided one because I have too much to offer. I think people who are full of themselves, and not full of themselves would be a negative connotation, but who genuinely love themselves, and sometimes with good and bad reason, I think they are incapable of extreme love. Because somewhere love is a selfless emotion. It cannot come with the baggage of your own self-love. Because then even when you love someone, you're so happy with yourself that you're loving someone, that you carry that feeling into the relationship, and it's all about you. And I think a true relationship has to be about us and you, not just me. It has to be about like two people.
Awesome.
I love that. And in fact, that's what I've heard as well. Like, love isn't what you feel about someone else, it's what they make you feel about yourself.
And there are two differences, like loving yourself and being obsessive about yourself, therein also is a difference, You could like yourself, love yourself is fine, but if you're obsessively like all about you, like if you're like deeply a megalomaniac or obsessive about yourself, it's very difficult for you to contribute into a relationship.
Then you have to call Karan.
Then you have to call me.
I want to ask him another question. He just said that in the relationship that, in the marriage of Angad and Neha, he's the good-looking one.
Right.
What are you saying about Neha then?
Well, there's a difference between good looking and super sexy, right? Like he's good looking and she's super
What
sexy.
a save.
Yeah.
Well, Neha has immense amount of sex appeal. I think that she does. She's tremendously hot, and from the time that I first met her to the time now, her intelligence is also a turn on, but also I think her voice and her curves that are invariably covered by tapestry. But
I knew this wasn't going to end well.
But you're hot, Neha, and you have to know that.
Thank you,
You
Karan.
have to own it, which you do quite a lot.
I'm shaking right now because I know this is... Are you done?
I'm
This
done.
is turning into a
What?
part of the show, by the way.
Yeah,
That was a real compliment. Please, just clap. Just clap.
Well, I always ask Neha, because she's so gorgeous and stunning, why she wears like bed sheets, always. Like I want to know why she's always Bed Bath and Beyond.
She wants people to imagine stuff.
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay, we have to move on
I
to
like
Ranvijay
that.
now.
As I cover up a little more.
So Ranvijay, your Instagram is just adorable to follow. Now, everyone would think of Ranvijay as this really macho, just like out there, roughing it out, but his Instagram is filled with the most adorable pictures of him and his wife.
Yeah.
And even their story, I think you met where both of you
That's
were not
my
drinking.
wife posting for me, by the way.
She's got your pass. I believe you met when you were both at a party and neither of you were drinking, and that's how you connected.
Yep.
So how, how does someone like you, who's really like got all these girls running after him, find that one and have this beautifully cute relationship? Because that's what all girls are looking for.
I'm from Punjab. And we've been brainwashed since we were young that if a girl's from London, you say yes. She's actually somebody who didn't know what I did. So in your question, you had a part where you said girls running behind you. After about 10, 12 years of being, doing what I do, I didn't know the agenda of women. I didn't know why they liked me. Was it my humor? Was it my chivalry? What was it? Because I didn't even need to do anything at times. And it's true.
Modest.
And then there was a time when I met this girl who didn't know what I did and started liking me for that present between the two of us, right? And over a period of months, she liked me for who I